Affinity Xtra, be extra.
Introduce.
I was gonna say, you know what it is? Every time we do it now, I always look to my right, like, what's he gonna do this week?
Introduce it.
It's like what in a ham sandwich. Remember that one back in the day?
Yeah. Oh, you know, but the one there still. Why?
Bring that back, man. Bring it back. But yeah, I was like, let me see what he's gonna do this week.
Listen, could do a freestyle at the beginning, you know. Still,
Can you freestyle though?
Me?
Yeah.
I could do the, you know, back in the day, the old time. I could do the mumblings, you know, the ones that the early grime.
It sounds like early talking in tongues.
We do early grime, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's, I can repeat one word.
I don't know about that one. Grime was a good one. But no. But ladies and gentlemen, how we doing? Welcome to 7 Sharp with me, Blu and Roger. And we're going to have an amazing time as we always do. And as we always like to do, thank you for those of you that have continued to support and follow us on this journey. We appreciate your comments. We appreciate your support. And if you haven't started to follow us on the YouTube channel, then click on that follow link button and you get to hear updates, not just from this show, but so many other shows that we have on the platform with such amazing DJs and hosts and so much stuff to listen to. So please get involved. So,
man.
Yeah. But we're gonna start with an interesting one today.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
It's an interesting topic. I think after watching it, I think this guy blew up for all the wrong reasons. But it's a show that's always had controversy anyway.
Is it Black Talk London?
It is Black Talk or Black Chat.
Is it Black Talk London or something?
Something
LDN,
like that,
LDN, Black Talk, LDN.
Yeah.
It's like, really, bro? Like, who is... Go, do carry on talking. Because I'm going to find out who is actually the producer behind that.
I'm not even sure who the producer is, you know, but I would say it's produced quite a lot of many young... I don't want to say produced talent, but it's produced a lot of young people or giving them platform and opportunities for them to kind of get more notice and publicize on social media and all kind of other platforms. And so this one didn't surprise. I wouldn't even say it was intentional either. So for those of you that don't know what Black Chat is, it's, again, like I said, it's a platform where they discuss different topics, mainly around black issues. Okay, so stuff like, why don't guys go for black women and blah, 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 stuff like that. And there was this one episode where Ginge, he's well known for, he's part of the grime scene as well. I don't think he's an MC, but he's been a judge on different grime shows. That's what I saw him anyway. And he's always got something to say from his experience and stuff like that. He was part of the panel. To my understanding, he didn't really want to be on there, but they kind of talked him into it. So he's jumped on there and a conversation happened where it got a little bit fierce. Okay, I think the conversation was about why don't black men go for black women and stuff like that. And he was trying to, I'm not going to defend him by saying this, but he was trying to, from what I see, explain to the panel that these are the reasons why black men don't go for black women. He was interrupted by one of the other young ladies on the show. You kind of asked him a question like, why don't you go for black women or something like that? And as a result, he kind of got himself a bit excited and angry. And then he went straight to her and said, basically, like, what did he say? I can't remember the word. Something like on the lines of, you don't know your place. Like black women don't know your place. Well, he didn't say black women. He said, you don't know your place. And that when you put in your place, you don't like it. Yeah. And then it got a little bit more triggering. And as a result of that, then he said, like, it made reference to her hair. Like, where's your hair at then? Like, because she has... extensions or weave, I don't know because it all looks the same to me. But basically, she had some kind of hair that wasn't hers, and he kind of had a pop at her for that. Yeah, well, doesn't mean it's hers. It's loaned, didn't it? And so he made a pop about that one, and then this triggered a lot of black women across the world, particularly the UK. Who was triggered to say like, well, basically, here we go again. It's another conversation of a black man belittling and bringing down black women. It's difficult enough for black women as it is, but you come along now to degrade us more. It's worse when it's another black person doing it. Yeah. And so we're now back in the same position we've been in, where where black women particularly are not given the respect they're due. Yeah. Because society is bringing them down, and so is more black men.
Yeah. No. 100%. I think this has been a problem. And this has been one of the key reasons of the birth of Affinity Xtra. Is the trash talk
Yeah.
that black people have of each other. And if you listen to me talk, I don't really. I'm not here to talk nice, like be this. Oh, we're the best people in the world, and we're really not. Yeah, I'm not really on that. I'm about truth. But the reason for Affinity Xtra is there is because I am getting fed up of people who misrepresent our colour, whether it was in Christendom or in public.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of that within COVID. So when I look at this platform, before we go into Ginge and all these guys, let's look at the platform.
Yeah.
The platform, from what I know and what I can tell, is done by young black people down in London.
Yeah.
I mean, produced by them, organized by them.
Yeah.
And this is the problem when you want to, and this is when we look back at Lenny Henry. Yeah, he laugh, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm going, he had to do the minstrels.
Yeah.
To get started.
Yeah.
Just Google that, people. Yeah, what
That's
he had to do. Say, he had to do some sort of what we refer to back in the day in inverted commas, coonery, to get into the field
industry.
of industry.
Yeah.
This was back in the 70s. 70s. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. This is the level. We were watching programs when I saw Alf Garnett referred to the black guy that was renting the space off him at the top in I can't remember what it's called. The program Alf Garnett was in, which I know him, and that's why I can't stand West Ham when he called the black guy, "Oi coon, this that ever, go back on your banana boat." I watched TV like that,
where it was just rampant.
Yeah, when it was blatantly in front of our face.
Yeah.
So when we get given the power, knowing what we've had to do just to step into the space, and when we have some sort of ownership, this is the trash that we put out there. Yeah. So
true.
before who's weaponizing our people? Yeah. And these people are weaponizing our people for their own gain. So they can look good. But at the end of it, you never will make it.
Yeah.
You never will make it.
It depends on what they're trying to achieve. I mean, like, it's a shame that this platform gets popularity for the negative stuff.
Hold on. Did Puff Daddy make it? You wouldn't say that now, will you?
He made it. He made it to a degree, but he hasn't now.
Yo, bro. Let's look at Marvel. I'm not saying the Marvel guy did all that madness, but they're all up there madness there. Him dying in the silk, yeah? Right now, my Puff Daddy's not dying no silk. Okay, he's not dying in silk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At the end of this, it's especially when it comes to platforms that our culture doesn't own. Your time is what you have today, and you can go missing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're going to look at stars like, look at Kirk, look at the likes of Tyrese. Sometimes they're here today, gone tomorrow, come back in today, they're in and out of fashion. Yeah? But sometimes they're villain.
Yeah.
So for me, before we get into the conversation about black women and black men, my disgust is with a generation of people that's under my age group. Yeah. That you guys are actually prepared to behave badly to make it.
But you know the worst thing about that is, though, it sells and it works, and there's a level, not a great level, but there's a level of success that they're comfortable with because they're getting paid. Because remember, they're in a day and age now where it's about the bag, it's about the look. So there's a lot of young people I've seen who are about the look and then the bag, and then they're kind of like show off to everybody else of, look at what success I've had. Yeah. And I think with one of the issues I've seen, particularly with young people, people in the platforms is, you're right, I think there's not many shows, platforms other than Affinity. And there's a couple others out there, but even with Affinity and other couples out there, they don't get that exposure that is deserved. Yeah. Because it's almost like we're in a society of dopamine that want to see the negative side of black people. Because, bro, rather than the success of it.
Because the mentality with black people, when they know what's good and they're succeeding in their little corner, they're not prepared to impact the community with their blessing. Yeah? You know what I'm saying? You know, so I'm doing good. So I'm not going to tell the world I'm a successful black man with a black wife, 4 black children. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to shout it loud because I'm nice.
Yeah.
Living in something worth. You know what I mean? Outside Birmingham. You know the one there still, bro. Yo, Letchworth Village. You know what I'm saying? You know one of them one there. So yeah. So I am not going to share. I am not going to go to Blue's son who wants to become a successful person in the same field I am. I'm not going to give him a squeeze because nobody in church, when I clap my hands, knows what I really do and what I really earn. Only pastor because he gets tithes off me.
Not even the pastor. Some people, pastor don't know what people do or earn. But then, well, we could go so many ways with this one. Like, I mean,
but the thing is, end of the day, still, positive models. We're here to sow and bless your kids. We're here for your children. We're here to put positivity. You've got to invest into platforms like ourselves to come against this because the youth are being indoctrinated and brainwashed.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, black mums, you need to invest and celebrate spaces like this because you know what, still? We're one of the few platforms that has a positive approach when it comes to relationships. We'll say how we feel about black women in a positive manner. In a positive manner, you know what I'm saying. We want black women to succeed. You know what I'm saying. We want black men to succeed. We want healthy relationships within our community, not in a way that says don't date nobody else. Not in an angry way where you're hurt. Yeah, coming from hurt. We're coming from a sitting down and talking and reasoning perspective. Love perspective. But the thing is, the mums then will be listening to a culture and investing into a culture. And this is where the phrase black culture, because this podcast represents black culture.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And when I say culture, I say it in a very loose way because, very actually enclosed way. This platform backs black culture, the loudness of black women, the pick certain black women types, the pick certain black men types. You know what I'm saying? You know, end of the day, so growing up, I was called a white man because, and people don't see me much of a man because I don't respond to things aggressively. Yeah,
and they expected negative, angry kind of way.
So everybody wants me. Why do you deal with him? Why do you do with that person? You're saying, why did they expect me? And then say, oh, you're not a man.
You know what's funny? Again, we do this often. You know, we start somewhere and we go somewhere else. I meant to send you a clip, and there's a thing on social media as well. So there was a video showing.
We're not ready for this.
They're not ready for this one.
We're not focusing on weave, bro. We're not focusing on weave. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but everybody else is talking about the weave. You know what I'm saying? The talk.
What, hair weave?
Oh yeah, hair weave and with Ginga. But the thing is, it's a bigger problem, bro.
Yeah, and absolutely. When you dissect it, there's so much bigger things out there, and even behavior. So, like, an example is, and I'll send the video to you later as well. So there was a guy on the motorway rails recently driving, I'm guessing it was like an X6, big, kind of big car, all the trimmings and stuff. Oops, car keys are falling. Okay, that was the Lord telling me I need to get myself an X6.
X6, amen.
But yeah, so he's driving his car on the motorway, and this guy drove up in I'll find out the details for you in a minute, but he's driven up next to him in a van, a cleaning company van that he works for or owns. I'm not sure which one it is. And he's called him a black B. Okay. For no reason, unprovoked. Then kind of made references to how long is it going to take him to buy that car. He can't afford that. He's broke, or he's probably doing drugs. His mum has been run, so you don't even know who your dad is. Like, he was saying the most stuff on this motorway. Just crossing this guy out for no reason. This black guy's
driving his
BMW.
And a white guy in a van.
And the white guy is giving him the most. It was a Chihuahua to a Cane Corso. Yeah, cool. And he's up in his ear, yapping, you dirty black B, blah, blah, blah. I'll say it again, you're a black B. And the black guy was like, say that again, because he's filming this. He's like, I did say it again. He says it again. He's like, what's wrong with you? And he goes, actually, like, I made money for this. And the guy's like, yeah, whatever, you dirty black B. And kept going. Yeah. And then so the black guy tried to drive away, kept trying to pull up to him. And then he got off. And in the comment section, as much as people were crossing this guy, saying this guy's a dirty guy, how does he be racist and all the rest of it? People were like, why didn't the black guy come out of his car and deal with him? Why didn't you shout back? Why didn't you cross him? Why didn't you do boom, 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 like all these things?
Why didn't you be a bad boy?
Yeah, you're like, go on. Go and
be a bad boy.
Yeah. Go and knock him out. Like, go and run into his, like, there's so much information there to say, I want you representing as black man like we should and go and batter him. And I was like, I'm not gonna lie. Up until I read the comments and I was watching the video, I was getting heated. And I was like, I know I would have pulled out and got my what's it called? The thing that the iron to kind of like take the nuts off the tire. And I would have said, say it again, with the intention to broke up his car. But then when I saw how someone else said, thank you for not doing what everyone else has said, which is being negative and mashing up. And I was like, oh yeah, there's a default, isn't there?
Yeah.
Where we think society-wise is, in order to look after myself, I've got to be loud, aggressive, scary, puff up, big up. So he knows that I'm aggressive. Whereas actually there's diplomacy and there's such a beautiful look in saying, you know what, I've nothing to prove to you. Like, I've got my car, I'm doing successful, I'm doing well. You came to me. So as a result of that, I don't need to answer you. I don't need to kind of answer you in a way you're expecting. Because maybe this guy was expecting for him to kick off.
Yeah, of course.
He was waiting for this guy to be like, come on then, let me have it. And he didn't give him. And I was like, wow, actually there is a level of programming that we have on us where we're quick to do that. And I think actually him not doing that worked really, really well in his favor. But the story could have so easily changed with, there you go, typical young black guy again, aggressive and all the rest of it. And I think that's what you're right in saying in terms of we have to be careful about how we represent ourselves, because sometimes we can be the villain in our own story where we're trying to be the hero 100%. But end up being the villain because of how we react and how we do stuff. I mean, R. Kelly and Diddy are two different people. Like, they are the villains because they were doing some undercover horrible stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
But
yeah.
At the same time though, like, yeah, we got to be careful of how we represent ourselves. And bringing it back a little bit to the Ginge situation is, even though he was triggered because he was asked a question about going for black women, because he also said he wouldn't date black women because of this is what they're like. And he's admitted afterwards in interviews, you know what, I handled it wrong. I went about it wrong. I spoke about it wrong. I was very wrong in what I did. And so I apologize.
Okay, right. All right. Let me go back. I hear, but the crime was caused by the producers. Look at that. Look at them 5-6 men that was on that panel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying. Now, if Ginge was in between us,
allow that, bro.
Bro. Yeah. We would have pulled him back.
Yeah.
I said, no.
Nah.
We would have had to say, count to 10.
Yeah.
Call my bro.
Yeah. That's done.
You know what I'm saying? 100%. I've got this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 100%.
Ladies, we would have stopped him.
Yeah.
Them other brothers, them still, yeah? We're just like, he's right, until, you know what I'm saying? So end of the day still, the crime goes to, if you set up, you put certain types of dogs together, they're going to fight.
Yeah. It's true. And you're right, because actually looking at it, because I watch their YouTubes, but I know them YouTube channels with them guys have. As a guy, you say, I know what they're on, And the thing is, it's not that they don't date black women. They don't like the way them black girls portray themselves in terms of once they had their back up. Yeah. Now, no offense, my guy, you know, you would know that he might have a tip of a temper. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And get triggered because he just look like sometimes, you know when you there lost it and you have to go, yo, you ever take them in the corner and says, I'm taking you out the room for a sec before you do something that you get cancelled for. 100%.
But them man didn't business because it's about the clickbait, being there in the scene and being that. They don't business about how does this look like? How does this make us black men look? And that's black women. They're not bothered. Everybody in that room, them women, don't business about how they make their mother look. You know what I'm saying? Whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? The men, the boom guys, they're all about their own social media platforms and clout.
But at the same time, and I don't want to kind of like support them too tough on this one.
Go on.
But I think, there's an interview afterwards with one of the guys. He did say, you know what, it's a trap. When a black woman asks you why you don't go for black women, you don't answer that question because black women don't want to hear the answer to that question. Like, it's not a question they ever want to hear.
But it's how you answer. It's how you answer that question. True. You say, because you can say, listen.
Do you think so? I don't know.
Right. If you said, and guys, before you even anyway, I am with a black woman still. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But end of the day, so here's a narrative for myself.
Yeah.
I grew up at school with the only black family in the whole primary school.
I'm saying,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I grew up, I never was in a class with a black woman till I was in college.
That's long. So primary school and secondary
school. You know what I mean? The nearest black girl to me in age when I went to senior school, she was the 2 years above me. You know what I'm saying? And 2 years, but so I have not been growing up until I went to church. That's the only time on a Sunday I'll be with black girls my age.
Which is mad because statistically, you should be with a white woman.
Of course.
Statistically.
And the joke is I grew up in a white area. Predominantly white area. You know what I'm saying? So when it's a white area where they put BMP, NF, all that business all over the place. So, and I live right next to King's Standing at the same time, you know what I mean? So,
not saying all King's Standing's racist, by the way.
No. The St. George's flags all over them from a long time anyway.
I thought that.
But the thing is, and I could say, sorry, ladies, I am so used to white women that's who I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? That's who I see. You know what I'm saying? So that would, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, and they'll be like, but ain't you seen a black woman? I said, not really, to see them 5 minutes on a Sunday. And they don't impress me. And I go to Elam now. And you know what I mean? You know, sorry, Elam, I destroyed it. No, but the thing is, that's the natural pathway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if they go, nah, I'm not dissing black women. I just didn't grow up around you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, isn't that a good enough explanation? Why do I have to degrade it to, I can't put a comb through your hair? Why do it have to go to things like where it becomes slander?
Personal.
Because it shows you that you're broken out of something. You're something you've seen about black women. You're caught up on the hype. You just triggered. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I know. There's ways of doing it.
But you know what, Don?
If you care.
And this is where it sounds bad.
Go.
Because I remember sending this video to you about the whole Ginge thing. And usually when I send things out, I sit down with it for a while. Like, I dissect it and I try to see the other person's point of view. And this, you already know where I'm going with this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, what he said was bad.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a million miles wrong.
Yeah.
And this is where... And don't come to us now and be like, you said you support black women. No, because I think for all of us, there's issues and faults for all.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think one of my pet peeves that I have, and I said this to you earlier, is I love listening to relationship talks and guidance talks and building relationships and stuff like that. I love it. And I love when I listen to podcasts or messages about how to strengthen relationships and what the man needs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
However, at the moment, I feel there's so many on social media where it's women telling women what they need to do for that man, where I'm like, nah, that's not always it. Because I remember seeing 16 videos, I counted it, 16 videos of a woman saying, men need to have boom, 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 boom. And none of it was like, he needs to be respected. Because if everything was like, he needs to be loved, he needs to be honored, almost like he's a god. Like when he walks in the house, he needs to have his bath water ready and you need to drop your clothes because he wants sexual needs and blah.
Yeah.
And something I'm like, that's a myth, man. Like actually, where's the dudes in this conversation to have that conversation as well, to be like, nah, that's not it. Like,
I think you have. I think again, you got to play. There's a game in this thing where this is that. The black trash gets plays, and we all watch it, when you hear another black woman saying, I want a 6-figure man, what are you bringing to the table? I don't need to bring nothing to it. That is a major press play. And when you have a black guy cussing off, says, this is why you don't have your, and then you hear, it's just, you're for the streets. All them talks are still, So you see that, and that really plays out. My only thing is that you have to feel for black people in terms of from the starting point perspective, the struggle that some of the other times our sisters have to go through, sometimes have to go through, you know what I'm saying, being seen as not the most desired person because they're black, you know what I'm saying, because I can't flick their hair a certain way at primary school. Yes. You know what I'm saying? But I've had comments about my hair at primary school, and I'm a boy. You know what I'm saying? You know, I remember I was 8 years old. I was about 8 years old, yeah. And we've done swimming. And then, you know, we all wearing swimming caps because you got to keep your hair dry and stuff, yeah. And I remember my teacher said to me, I was 8, you know, I remember clear as day. You know what I mean? You know, we have to put your feet through the thing, and then learn it, you know. And she said, oh, you don't need to wear a swimming cap. And I was like, okay, because your hair's waterproof. So, you know, you getting things derogatively under, you know what I mean, talking about your hair, you know what I'm saying, for a young age, let alone, I'm not a girl child, I'm a boy child, so I'm in our business, you know what I'm saying? But imagine girls getting that talk there. Yeah. So we were drying that stuff and say, oh, you don't need, look, your hair's dry already. You know what I'm saying? So you got these negative talks and they're angry in terms of, because when you realize that you're 15 yards behind everybody else to start off with.
Who's that in regards to like our black women and stuff?
Yeah, our sisters are, I say angry, and I say angry for people say, oh, not angry. But the thing is, listen, guys, it hurts. It hurts me when I'm in a workplace, the most qualified guy in the whole block, but yet I get the least bonus because of my skin color. Yeah, you know what I mean? I've been there. Yeah. Do you know how frustrating that is?
Yeah.
Do you know? You were saying because I got, you know, I'm the only black guy in the whole block. Yeah. And everybody still looks down at me, even though I've got a degree. You know what I'm saying? Almost got a first degree in engineering. And they don't say, well, yeah, man, this kid's on it. They didn't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand the frustration, but the problem is when I'm frustrated and the women's are frustrated and we can't control our emotions, then you get that what you saw.
But you know, it's not that we can't control our emotions. You know, I think our emotions can be controlled, and I get when we're frustrated and angry, it does bring out a side of us that sometimes is difficult to control or to manage. Okay, but you know what? Okay, the women in that podcast there, bro. Yeah, and my guy. In the heat of the moment, could they see the bigger picture? No. I don't think they allowed themselves to see the bigger picture because I think they were so triggered by the subject and his reaction. And then he's kind of like belittling them. Like, I think he went a bit too far when he says, like, let's see your hair, because that's personal. Like, right, the guy on go back to the motorway, the guy on the motorway that was getting abused about what he's doing, he saw the bigger picture why he didn't respond. Yeah, with the guys behind tell. So in his anger, in his emotion, he saw the bigger picture. Yeah. We have billions of black people who think bigger picture. Yeah, but don't. But don't respond. But unfortunately, the ones who don't see the bigger picture, the ones that are on that program. Yeah. I saw my guy. There's a guy on the far right. I watch his podcast. I think we should put the video on. My guy on the right. My guy on the right. Yeah. I don't say. I'll find a video. We need to get the video. Yeah. Because I think the video for some people might explain more. Because I know some people might be sitting on there like, what is this? And go and Google it and get the wrong thing. But I hear what you're saying actually in terms of you have to look at the bigger picture. And maybe when he was crossing her out and saying what he was saying, I think he saw the bigger picture in the sense of you can't do me nothing. You can't say nothing. You're right. I'm right, you're wrong. So there was that kind of like superhero complex where he's kind of like giving himself a bit too much of something that he didn't do. Like, you're not right in it, you were wrong in it. Well, I don't know. I'm so torn on right and wrong in it because I think it's perspective. I think when he said, you don't know your place, that for me was triggering because it was like, that's someone's mum down the line or someone's sister and whatever. And to kind of tell them that there's a place they have to be is difficult. It's really wrong to say. I don't think you should be saying that. But the whole, I feel like whatever he was trying to portray to say, he just didn't do it in the right way. Which is crazy because his job is to do that. He's tried to apologize, and he doesn't really apologize as well. You know what I'm saying? Afterwards, no. He was still trying to go over what he said. He said justify it. Yeah. So it's like you are one of them ignorant black dudes that can't understand. You know. Do you understand? Sometimes you have to be wrong to be right. But could it be that complex of, you've been married long enough so you know where I'm coming on with this one. Sometimes when a lady challenges us there's almost that standoff of, I need to stand my ground. Otherwise, by saying I'm wrong to a lady, it's almost like I'm being emasculated.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, nah, you're not having this one. Like, you know, you're not winning this one. This one has to be mine. So you don't get the win on this one.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to get the piece where, you know what it is. You know when the shorts go, yeah. You don't see
the full thing.
You don't see the guys on the side. That's what I'm trying to make sure I get that.
Didn't the video that I sent you have the whole one?
But that's on Insta, isn't it?
Yeah, it was on Instagram.
Yeah. True. I'll get that up. Don't worry, people. We're
gonna get you that video, guys.
Because the thing is, we didn't think we'd go into it like this, but we're going into it like this.
We look at it. I'm looking at it. I'm like, whoa, hold on. We're here already. Like, we're meant to be here and here. We always have the structure of our show, guys, and it never goes that way. Like, we have to be. But you know what though? That's good. I love the fact we got that freedom where we can just go from different place to place, and that growth really. But
is it the first one you said? Gee whiz, bro, you said we bagging them.
I said a lot of videos, man.
Yo, but this has broke down a lot of what was really interesting from an American standpoint. American guy was watching, one of my guys that watches it. Yeah. He just said, "Yo, my guy he's behaving like what he was complaining about the women like." Yeah. Yeah, I'm saying. And
it's matter. So American guys are watching it as well.
Yeah, bro. The American guys are on it.
I also got told off from our show last time when I called people from Texas Texians. They don't, apparently Texas people don't like being called Texians.
Serious?
Yeah.
Serious?
Although I don't care, so I'm still going to refer to people from Texas as Texians.
Wow. So
it was an interesting one though. I thought it was funny. I was like, well, first of all, thank you for watching the show. And then they don't like being that. I'm called Texians. So I was like, okay, cool.
All right. It's like that. All right, cool. Okay, cool. All right, so the videos, got that looping in the background. So that looks kind of neat still.
Oh, was it on there?
Yeah. Look, you can see
I didn't see that then.
So you can see as we talk. So you see like some of them guys there, bro, which I'm saying, some of them guys there, look at...
I've gone, and this is the part where he talks about her hair.
Yeah, we'll bring it on in a second, guys.
Which is mad because he's got ginger hair as well, so...
Yeah, you gotta be careful. He's gonna go on board.
I thought someone was gonna go from on the ginger stuff, to be honest with you.
And and
the light skinnedness.
Yeah, bro. He was there. You know, he looks like that guy that got killed at a black school like, back in the day, bro.
Yeah,
he would have got murdered. Even though, like, I think I'm cool with ginger hair and freckles. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that. But you know what I mean. And light skin, obviously. Look at it, man. It's just like the whole thing is like a joke.
Yeah,
it's like a joke to them,
and this is him crossing them, you know, with paper in his hand. But I ain't gonna lie though, as I look at it quiet and I look at it, it does represent a little bit. I look like how I see some pastors in some black churches.
Here's why I don't date black women.
That's aggressive.
Listen to me when I'm talking to you lot.
I'm listening.
Because you lot don't like to
that, bro.
listen. I don't date black women because you don't like to get put in your place.
Which place?
Your place.
Which
and when you get put in your place, you think you got taught like a man.
That's why they were cheating on you then.
You're not men.
That's why they were cheating on you.
Stay in your place.
Cheated on you multiple times.
Yeah, I know.
Because
I know. And that's why I'm never going to be your proper member again. I'm not with black women because you don't like to get put in your place.
Apologies,
listen. Apologies where?
Apologies.
Oh wait, you just wait. Did she just shoot? Did she just shoot? Go. Where's your hair? Where's your hair? Where's your hair? Take off your head. Where's your hair?
You're triggered.
Where's your hair? I'm triggered. I said I was triggered. Did I not say I was triggered? Where's your hair?
He's lost it.
Where's your hair?
He's got no control of himself.
Show me your hair.
He's in a trance?
Show me your hair.
He's lost it.
Show me your hair.
Trance.
Take off your eyelash. Take off your eyelash.
You're pressed.
Take off your makeup.
You're pressed because you got cheated on 1, 2, 3, 4.
Where? Watch
1,
this.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wait for it.
Jumped it.
And I'll bring my natural hair Indian woman in here now.
And then what?
She looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on your blog.
But the crowd was silent. The crowd was
here with fake hair.
Now you're sounding
silent.
Well, it's too late now because basically you've kind of insulted all of them then by I'll bring my natural hair girl in here at 5, 6, 7, 8.
I think about he's messed up, man. He's messed up.
I can't even support him, man.
Because there was never support for him and for me. But the thing is, them brothers there, this is what I'm saying to you. You set yourself up for a bunch of guys who's taking care of their business. You know what I'm saying? And I know there's a boy on the left of him, you'll say, I watch his videos, man. And the man, the way they're talking, a lot of these guys on their podcast say that black women are aggressive. You know what I'm saying? And they say it, but my guy on the left there, I watch his, I see what he says, and I see what these guys say in the culture, and I watch these guys, and we give them plays, we give them support, you know what I mean? And in this, so they got evidence to show, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? On what's going on, and I'm like, yo, this is the worst of us, bro. This is the worst of us.
I think when you start making it personal, where's your hair? Your eyelashes, and it can be wiped off.
But the problem is, young black men are watching this, and the joke is they will copy it.
When
they
now
talk
part
to
of the conversation now. And he's one of the older one that was there, you know. He was one of the oldest ones that was there. So everyone else is probably mid-20s, just about touching 30s. I think he's already in his 30s, like comfortable 30s, close to 40s. So there's almost an expectation I've known a little bit better than that.
This is my beef with the black man in this country. You guys just take care of yourself, or you just chat rubbish in the pubs and just sit in the back of church and do nothing. Why is the worst department I've ever known in the church is the men's department. It's the most inactive department in the church.
In some churches, I have to say that in some churches that I'm active in my church. We're active in my church. Just want to put that out there. And I know some other churches that are active.
But when I say active, I don't mean two bodies. No. I'm looking backwards. I'm looking back in there. So. But no. I'm gonna get beaten up, boy. Now I'm looking.
Roger's number is.
I'm saying, but okay.
Don't call my phone.
I'm looking at more the community wise within these zones and stuff like that. So not so much with I'm not talking about the churches. Unfortunately, it sounds weird, but the mixed churches that we are with now, white churches, I see the activity, the men's group, and I see it. But back in the day, when the most inactive groups, the most service that everybody got scared of growing up as a child was the men's service. And end of the day, still, I'm men, and sorry guys, women do contact me and say, yo, where's the man at? You know how many times I have that conversation, And end of the day, still, guys, the inactive men's departments in our spaces, it's embarrassing, It's absolutely embarrassing. And the thing is, we have left space for these youths to come through without a man go, yo,
settle that.
Yo,
let me example.
You know what I'm saying? It's not about Blue, Like your son, okay, the joke now. Your son's now. I'm not their dad. But back in the day, I didn't need there to be the dad. When they're just about to do something wrong, and then they see me, they go, oh, sugar, he knows dad. Yo, I gotta be careful. And
Community.
I go, hey, you get back in the yard. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's we got these youths. Do you remember? They grew up with mums and dads, which says you can't say nothing to my pitney. Who you think you are?
You know what's mad?
And this is what we're reaping, bro.
Yeah.
This is what we're reaping right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The girls, unfortunately, but I know say, you know what I'm saying, the girls, the guys that just messed around, you know what I'm saying, bro, you know what I'm saying? No responsibility.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And at the end of this, so people can say, and this is not all black people. I'm just saying we bear the fruits. This is the fruits because this is not all black people. These are just their bad. These are the bad fruits in one room.
You know what it is? And it's funny you say this because it's something I've been working on.
Go on.
Not as active as I should be. And I think I've mentioned it on the show before, but I'm trying to be active, work on it more active. So there's issues where technology and communities break down.
Go on.
So technology is great as a servant, but very poor as a master. And I think we've seen a lot of children over the decades where they're being parented by what they've seen on the screen. So we've got a generation there now. Like remember when we grew up, our playtime was outside, school, outside. We played till it was dark. We came back inside. TV wasn't as regular, active. There was a time when cartoon switched off.
2 hours, bro.
Yeah, man, like Saturday mornings.
It's 3:30 till to sons and daughters, not sons and daughters, to Home and Away.
Home and Away,
Home and
done,
Away.
yeah,
Is it? So
I know the time, man.
once you get to Neighbours,
Yeah.
What time was Neighbours? Was it 5
I
o'clock?
feel like it was early, you know.
It was
I
like
think it was after 3 or 4, then 5, and then
because you had children's TV,
Yeah.
and when it finished, I'm sure 5 o'clock because you had the kiddie cartoon,
Yeah,
and then you really work it up to the big people cartoon, and then not big people, but like teenager
Some that
cartoon.
people can watch,
yeah.
and then
And then you go into like Cities of Gold or Ulysses
Yeah, man,
later
yeah,
on,
yeah.
you know what I mean? And then He-Man was earlier,
Yeah.
Thundercats every Thursday, every Thursday.
But these shows finished. I allowed time for children to kind of go and chill. There were no
Do
tablets.
the homework.
So we have to do your homework, but there's no tablets. There's no iPhones, and there's nothing really tech apart from speaking style.
So what was your favorite toy when you was you then? What was you be? I'll tell you what I'll do. What you
know what's mad?
When you got sent to your room, what toys were you playing with?
I played with so much different. I played with like action heroes and superheroes. But you know what's crazy is I played very heavy-handed, and my toys broke often. So I probably had an action man where the leg was broken out,
Cool.
or the arm was broken off. So I developed.
So you
a
played with
skill.
male dolls.
Huh?
You played with male dolls.
Heck no. That was evil. I used to get tin foil.
So people forgive me, man.
You see,
Forgive me.
this is why I got. Anyway, come back next week.
G.I. Joe, yeah, G.I.
I used
Joe.
to get tin foil.
Yeah, go on.
And create limbs for my characters.
Okay, cool.
And then use some of the tin foil to create like weapons as well.
Okay, cool.
And that was my creative thing where I grew up creating and wondering, oh, what else can I do? Like, can I build this? Can I?
Yeah.
I made my own shelves, my bedroom and stuff like that.
Okay.
These were things because I was like, I wanted to find out what happened more. I remember taking the back of the TV off.
Yeah.
Because I was intrigued to know what happened behind there.
Okay,
and
cool.
then I pulled out the tube.
Yeah, cool.
And then I found, and then I woke up the other
yeah,
side of the room and I was like, wow, I found a warping machine. But for me, what my point was, we lived in a generational time where it wasn't controlled by the TV. Like we went out to play. We didn't have to worry about our parents roaming about on the streets and stuff. It was still dangerous back then, but we went out to play. We went out to do all these different kind of things. Today, and even generations before, I'm talking about 2000s and stuff like now, when phones are starting to get a little bit more advanced, where parents are now finding tablets and putting the tablet in front of the child. So the child's crying, they're putting the tablet. They get home, they're putting it in front of the TV while mum's or dad's on their phone call. So kids are so exposed now to screens and the information that's coming through, that's not always a positive one, that by the time they've got to these ages now, they've already seen what we were watching. So that generation probably never grew up watching The Real McCoy. We grew up watching The Real McCoy. Watching and joking about the difficulty.
Cosby Show.
I've seen positive black families. Or joking about systemic racism issues we have in society. But turn it on its head and blinking at.
Because really, programs like Blackish really, they missed that generation.
It didn't do anything like that. Because we had, like you said, we had Desmond.
Desmond.
You know what I mean? Where we saw a black man who, with a wife and kids, running a shop successfully. There was so much of these things that we saw that it brought her.
Right, Lenny Henry with his you remember
Lenny Henry when he did his
is it Dalroy Wilkins show? And he's like and, you know, DJ.
I can't remember that one, you know.
You remember that? Oh Lord.
I remember he had his show when he kept
Dalroy Wilkins when he was a DJ, he was a pirate DJ host. I'm gonna send you a link, man, because because I was a youth then. You know what I'm saying? You would have been, I
would have been very young. I was watching the iPad. But like but I think there's so much stuff. But my point is though, these guys are exposed to different things that we've seen. So now they're growing up in the dopamine of seeing dramas and issues and trying to argue small little points about why don't, like, because the whole conversation of black men going out with black women and white women like it's old now. Like find the person, I have to be careful what I say, but find the woman and find the man who brings that joy in your relationship. Because you know what, I'll be honest with you, like, I know some people like, don't date outside your race. I grew up on that. Don't date outside your race. For these reasons, actually, a white lady would never really fully understand some of the stuff that you're going to face. So actually, when you come home and you've got to vent, she can't comprehend some of the issues that you're facing, but she can try and be supportive, but then there's that issue of, but you look like the enemy. Like, I'm coming home vexed about people that it looks like your dad. You know what I mean? Like, could be your dad. Whereas, and I'm not saying that because you're a black woman, you're going to make any difference, but there's a little bit more understanding. I think with culture and community, it helps a little bit more as well. But that's not me saying I'm for black people. What I'm saying is, like, you've got to understand who you love and make sure that works, because I've seen many black people in a relationship, seen white people in a relationship, and it hasn't worked. And it hasn't come down to
Yeah.
because it's the wrong race. It's because you've come in with a bag of issues in a relationship that you didn't notice until your partner mirrored it to you, and you don't know how to deal with it. You haven't dealt with some of the issues you've had from your childhood. You haven't dealt with some of the issues in terms of relationships or all sorts. You never managed finance. You know what I mean? You asked what you want, you got it, and now you got to the position of managing finance. You don't know how to deal with it. These are some of the things that mash up relationship, not because you've gone out with a black woman or a white woman and it hasn't worked. Some of those things may have its own issues. But that's not the full thing. So rather than wasting your time on blazing the woman about how she looks and stuff like that, where's the education of uplifting our black women to say, you know what, you're a beautiful, made by God woman who can do so much. And actually there's much that we can do to support you in rising and being better.
And this is where it goes back to the ownership of these platforms.
Yeah.
And the responsibility of these platform owners. You know what I'm saying? Because end of the day, still, when it comes to Christian world, how often do we see when we reflect positive relationships, we more likely show, and I will say interracial relationships.
Yeah.
Which is 100% cool with that. Yeah. Because the arse, you know what I mean? They But how often do Christian platformers show successful black relationships? Yeah. How often do you show and show? And I'm not saying, TBN should change their thing, but it's not just about TBN. Yeah. It's about us and what we support. So you rather give energy to platforms that we've seen, Ginger guy, whatever his name is, Ginger comedian. We support them platforms. You know what I'm saying? We push our children to them platforms. We give them devices to watch that platform. Yeah. But the platforms that celebrate the conversation, not in a way of hate. We're not saying you shouldn't marry a white person in a very ignorant way, because we're seeing an ignorant conversation, because I know right now young black men are being told don't do it, you don't love your mom, you don't love your sisters if you marry outside. It's not just about that. And end of the day still, the white people that will grow up around me are different to the ones that grew up around my parents, and each generation has seen a different version, a different knowledge and exposure. And let's be real, the exposure of knowledge now, they didn't know what we're going through really until they see things like George Floyd. They're going, hold on a second. And we like this. When George Floyd happened, I was like, oh, you shocked? You know what I'm saying? Every black man's like, yo, that's the real, but everyone's like,
I didn't know that was happening to you.
Oh my gosh, no, this really happens. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Every day. No, yo, guys, this and because they saw it for the first time. So when truth hits people, it's down to education. So then people are more educated these days. So the conversation is not. I can't be so ignorant.
So I was just thinking about what you just said about George Floyd and people seeing that for the first. COVID was ignorant, you know. Like it was. You know what? I was just thinking, not to make it a joke thing, but you know, the whole George Floyd thing. And you're right, there was a lot of white people that was like shocked that happened. Yeah. And there wasn't that the same year that on the back end, a lot of churches came out and said, Jesus isn't white. And a lot of white churches were very kind of like upset with the depiction.
Let's be 100. It's one pastor, let's be real, the Hillsong pastor screwed himself over. Because you remember when he said that, it's caught on social media, so you can go and check it. And it really, really hurt the church when he said, to the black people in the church, when he said that, he doesn't understand what's this George Floyd got to do with black people, with us over here in the UK. You know what I'm saying, bro? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, that became like a train wreck for it. But then, at the same time, I spoke to the chairman of the Christian League at the time, or the secretary, and he said to me, he doesn't understand the Black Lives Matter situation. Because he said to me, more people died of COVID than... and it's just one man, George Floyd. And I'm thinking, bro, I'm not even going to debate this because you don't realize how much people's lives have been destroyed over the past 500 years or 400 years because of colonialism. This is just a pinnacle. But that's just not, you're not there. You know what I mean? And you're not, so I'm not going to put no energy into it. Let's go, okay. I get to understand why you have a superior complex over me, but I respect where you're at because this is all you know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
And that's the sad thing is you can only help someone with all they know. And wrapping it up back to the show is those guys there probably all they knew is what all they knew, and then it does come down to community in terms of you're as well as formed as your community allows. So actually, where's their community that says to them, like, yo, bro, how you dealt with the black women today on that show? That's not okay.
But you get beaten up.
Yeah, like, bro, like, that's wrong. But at the same time, and here's what I'm going to say as well, is, you know, put the other shoe on the other foot. Hopefully someone went to the women and said, yo, handle yourself a bit better.
Yeah,
like,
Cookie. Was that the Cookie? That Cookie girl?
Yeah, man, like, yo.
Shut, like,
so
please.
Don't, like,
Just calm.
Just
not even just shut up. Because the thing is, for me, I didn't, because we know we killed off Ginga here, yeah? Or Ginger, whichever.
Ginga,
you know what I'm saying, you know, but the same time, women, you know, and I know they put these type of women there by purpose, yeah? But at the same time, young ladies, you know, don't bait yourself in.
Yeah,
show yourself, you know what I'm saying? Show yourself sober.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Show yourself that, you know what, you can hold yourself in even under pressure. It's not seen as weak, but they felt like before he said something, as soon as he said, I don't date black women, it was almost a case of they were already going to take out their how dare you on him. And I understand the frustration, but there was already, and they didn't think they were aggressive, but the problem is they look aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the thing is, what is aggressive? The problem is like it's like this. You're going to Lewis Hamilton. What is fast in a car? Bro, fast to me is 60 miles per hour. Fast to Lewis Hamilton is 200 miles per hour. And we have to understand as a community what it is, what comes across as aggressive, not according to you, but what it says on the mark. If you're on a public platform, international, not in your yard talking to all the black people, you know when you got a family debate? When you got family debate and pure black people, we all go,
man. Because everyone wants to be heard.
Because that's the way we operate in that circle. But then when we're in the public zone and we come off private roads and we come into the public roads and it says 70 miles per hour, stick to 70 miles per hour.
Yeah. And I think with that girl, I was going to say, because she also did something wrong. Where she was
which one's that one with the long hair? The one that got finally...
Nah, it was because one. Because she was like... she turned around and talked about how you've been cheated on. Like, because you've been cheated on. And I was like, that is why. Not why. But
that's out of order,
that's it's a trigger. Like, who wants to be tough? In a public arena, I don't go with black women, because you get cheated on. Wow. All right, cool. That's triggering.
Wow.
Like... So
especially if he has been cheated,
and if he has been cheated, like, that's humiliating for one.
Yeah,
that ain't cool for two. Yeah. Like you was adding more fuel to the fire, and ending. We're gonna finish now, but
that's a petrol bomb, bro.
That's a big bomb, man. But one thing I want to put on there,
man, as well, undermine the money for the man, bro.
Like, and there's something he said where I thought, you know what, I hear that. It probably isn't for us to say. But we're allowed to have a conversation on it. And we're not going to have a conversation now because we're closing. But when it comes to...
How we spent the whole thing on this?
I know. It just opened up more doors, man. But identity, and this is probably going to be a show we have to bring one of the ladies in as well. Yeah. In terms of, I don't think, when he talked about the eye makeup and the rest of that, he was wrong in saying it. However, I do understand where it's coming from, where actually there's a danger, particularly today, that we have so much of our young black girls who are so over-filtered on social media, but also in reality of life with so much makeup, so much hair, so much on them that you don't even know who they are. He's that bad. There's a girl that I know, young girl, I was supporting, mentoring. And every time we saw her at a meeting event, she looked well, presented, all the rest of it. One time I saw her on an off day on road and she's gone, oh, you're right. I said, you good? She goes, why are you acting like you don't know who I am for? It took me literally about 40 seconds to be like, is that you? And she's like, what? I don't look that much different. I said, I promise you do. I went on my LinkedIn and looked at her like this and I was like, nah, sis, like, I'm not. I said, I know you're single. I was like, so here's what I'm going to say to you. Because I know she wants to get married and she has ambitions to get all the rest of it. I said, listen, You're doing that for the environment to look a particular way. You're such an amazing young lady that if I didn't figure out who you was in that second, then how does everybody else figure out who you are? I was like, let your light shine. Be you. Because she was like, I don't want to be one of them women that go into work with their head wrapped. And I said, but that's who we are. If you got to wrap your hair and go into work, the issues are in the environment, not you.
It'll be good for this. Because T said something in that thing, and it's a great conversation. As men, we gotta be careful how we talk about this conversation. Yeah. You'll say it. But me, my age group, when it came to makeup, I have to say my generation.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about back in the day when makeup wasn't even for black women back them days. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I would say, listen, I met my wife and she's a natural beauty. And in terms of like, you know, there's no makeup or whatever. I want to see the person in the morning that I see in the daytime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just not the morning breath though, but yeah, but
you say all that long term. Yeah, man, you do a couple you know what I'm saying? But that is that's just me. Yeah. I know some people are like, don't mind that. But then what I see with the younger guys now, I don't know what's happened. I don't know if because the makeup's available or whatever, but women, whether they're black, white or whatever, I see loads of women. Not only, it's not quality, you know. Black girls, black girls, you know what I'm saying? Everybody.
Asian, white, looking like a walking Snapchat.
Because bro, when I'm working at homes and I'm seeing young white girls and you see, is that your complexion? Yeah. And then literally before they go to bed, rubbing in the tan thing, bro.
Is it?
You say, bro, just rubbing in like it's cocoa butter, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? And I'm like, that ain't your... So there's so many things where women, whether you're white, black, are so much into falsifying their true self. And it's almost a case of, are you really making yourself for your future partner? Are you giving yourself up there positive? Men, are we really telling the truth here?
No. But it looks good.
You know what I'm saying? So do men just, how do you think about women who look like that?
It looks good. You know, I can't even tell that story.
Fuck. So guys,
there's a story I was going to tell them. Like, no, I can't do it.
So for me now,
I should say, sorry.
It's I know we starting a new subject right at the end of.
We have to go, bro. We've been here for a minute. Can I tell you my story though? It's gonna bug my head.
Go.
And this is exactly about makeup.
Yeah, go.
So, can I say it? I'm gonna say it because it was on TV. So remember that show? What's it called? Snog, Marry, Avoid.
Something.
Yeah, there's one called Snog, Marry, Avoid.
But I know which one you're about.
And I remember having a young person years ago. I've always worked in youth work, and there's a young person that kept going to clubs, really tanned up. I shouldn't even laugh. Really tanned up and made up and everything and stuff like that. And we kept warning them about going out, clubbing, and all the rest of the stuff and other things like that. Anyway, there was Slug, Marry, Avoid, so you can find out for yourself. Anyway, this one time they brought them back home. This guy back home, and the security guard said, "You're not allowed to be on site."
Cool.
He's like, "Nah, it's cool, man. Like me and this doing the thing." The security guard said, "You're gonna have to go home." And the guy was like, nah, I'm not going home. So he's arguing with the security. And the security's like, I know what it is. You've seen the attraction. She just looks amazing and great. I see all that. But everyone looks sexy in the dark. This is what he said, and this is where I got it from. He said, everyone looks sexy in the dark.
Wow.
Go home. And the guy's like, nah. Or else what? Really puffing himself up to impress this girl. So he said, you know what? Cool. On this occasion, I'm going to let you go. So he's let him go in the room, and he's like, yeah, whatever, and walked off, really proud of himself, and really tried to impress her, like, oh, that's really cool. And got in the room, and makeup came off, hair came off, and this guy came face to face with his same gender. He didn't realize it was a guy, and ran out. And the security was like, and that's what I said to you. Go home, because I knew you didn't do your search properly, mate. You was attracted by the makeup, the looks and everything. You weren't doing no proper search.
Mask.
And the guy was like, nah, man, I'm going to come and burn this place. And the guy was like, that's not the person that's the problem. You are, because you weren't listening. And got off, and I was like, makeup is evil. Because actually it can falsify what's there. I'm not saying anything like in a negative sense, but when I say makeup is attractive, if it's done right, for guys, we see the picture that you want to make. We don't see you. So when the dark comes off and stuff comes out, Anyway,
be interested to have a conversation with a lady in the space, yeah, about why they do use makeup, and the thing is, the makeup has a multiple bro, there's levels to it, yeah. There's complementary, there's transformation,
the scars, and stuff like that. And
so it's interesting talking to her, because the thing is, we're talking from two guys going, and we're older guys where we come from a time where natural beauties we just used to that, yeah. Now I see so much, like at school, they're just, but I actually think, you know, when you. Oh gosh, why am I starting again? It was easy. But the thing is, I sometimes feel like even when we see the world go down a route that's terrible, you see the younger generation almost reject. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They go against the foolishness of the guys that are older. So when I see my sons and their peer group, they're behaving different to the ones that are 10 years older. Yeah. Because they're not into that foolishness, and we either had to not had to do. So you see that sometimes we think the disaster generation coming through, but they almost see the foolishness and the folly and behave better.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
You know what I'm saying? So,
we've come to time. That's the danger in this room.
All right.
And we still had another show to talk about as well, but that's going to have to be another one. So, guys, we're going to have to end it there. You see, this is Roger's fault. You know, we're about to go places. You know, I can't even mention the fact that we was about to talk about Kirk and Polly. Can't get my words out. I need to get my words out. Kirk wants to know about polyamorous. But that's going to be show for later. Now, we're taking a bit of a break, only 1 week. But we are going to be coming back. Roger's going to come back looking fresh with more information for us. And then we're going to have some more interesting discussions to have, because there's so much to have. But guys, again, thank you for supporting us on the show. Big up to Lady T. I want to give her a big shout. She was with DJ... what's his name again? AJ, not AJ. What's the DJ? It's in London now. And everyone's on there with his live mix and thing.
Oh, DJ AG.
AG?
Yeah.
Yes, like our very own Lady T's in there. I always have to give shouts out to our successes of all the guys when they're doing stuff out in there, because it's just great, man. Like, do some amazing stuff. Roger does some stuff. I don't know the outcome of award show. Did we win?
Nah. But it was at GX Awards. But it was a special being at watching just being part of a community, celebrating people in the community. Yeah. I just love what Annette B's doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I love, from a I'll say it publicly, non-South perspective of the gospel world. Yeah. I'm saying, absolutely, I think it's amazing. Yeah. I have to big them all up, man. And guys, big up all the DJs that we have on the platform, the speakers. Roger as well for always doing his work. He's a busy guy, man. But everyone sacrifices and give up time to be here, because we want you guys to obviously hear the gospel in a different way, where we don't have to worry about profanities and stuff like that. So yes, man, big yourselves up, and big yourselves up as well for supporting the show and stuff like that as well. Remember, there is merch that you can get to support the platform and be part of the team. Okay, and if you can help in any way, give us a shout out, promoting your churches, promoting your local community, because we want the platform to grow for more and more people to hear. So yes, and if you didn't hear what we've talked about in the show, respect yourself and love yourself. Ladies, you look amazing, no matter what one man says. You were made in God's image, which means you cannot be ugly. You're amazing, unless you're a Man United fan or Arsenal fan. Then that conversation is very different. You'll be angry. You're not Nubian if you're a Manchester fan. Yeah. Big up Chelsea. But anyway, guys, have a great day, and all the best, and God bless. Peace. Blessings.
Hi, and thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, you like, and you comment, and make sure that you're sharing the videos and watching so much more. We have loads of content for you. I hope you enjoy. See you soon.